Hi, it's Brian DeLuca. Thank you for coming back. I've gotten a lot of questions recently on my Facebook page about how to transform natural writing talent into paying jobs. Now, there's so many types of writing, it gets pretty complicated, but before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to whatever channel you are watching this video on, and thank you for watching it. I've been getting a ton of questions about this, especially on my Facebook page, where a lot of people are trying to figure out how to transform their natural writing talent into paying jobs. Now, writing is vast. It could be anything from writing a novel and creative writing to technical writing to journalism. But the first thing you need to do is once you figure out where you want to write, right, is find your voice. It's always the first thing. Understand who you are, because certain types of writing require a certain type of voice. Now, I think one of the things is find your voice. Is it professional? Is it casual? Is it wacky? What type of writing do you really enjoy doing? Because that's where you're most likely going to excel. The other thing is make sure you're, posting your resume or even some of your work on some of the freelance writing sites that are out there. And those are everything from things like Fiverr, where they have sort of low-end jobs, to even like the pro jobs, to some of the high-end sites where people are hiring, freelancers or consultants. And that's really where you could maybe get some of your feet wet in, getting some paying jobs. Now, the other thing, some people recommend, and I've heard this a lot, is entering contests. I've never been like a big contest enterer, but entering writing contests, especially if you're on that creative front. But I think on that creative front, one of the things you could really do that really helps you is some of the self-publishing tools, especially things with like Amazon self-publishing. And there's a lot of self-publishing tools out there that actually help creative writers get their work out there and get that. And, once again, the selling it, even when you go through a book, a publishing house, is the marketing piece. And a lot of times you can handle that your own through all the tools that are out there now and available to people. One of the other things that I used to do when I first started writing is I would find, magazines or titles or websites, really is mostly websites, but that I wanted to write for. And what I would do is I would actually send them in, a message or an email and be like, hey, I'd be interested in writing from your site. And I would offer sometimes to do assignments for free, just to make sure, so I could build up my resume to make sure I had clips that I could then go show other people. And that works really well. I mean, that's really up to you. It doesn't really get you a paying job out of the gate, but it does sometimes get you into writing for a prestigious website or magazine. So it's an option for some people. Some people, it's, they're not working for free, and I don't blame them. But, hey, if you want, try it. If not, it's okay. The other thing is also make sure you're always talking about your work, whether you're sharing it with your family, your friends, you're sharing it on social media, and make sure they understand your writing, because you never know who's going to know someone who needs a writer. And what happens is a lot of times you'll start getting referrals to see if you could help people with projects. Now, listen, I hope these tips help. They're just some thoughts. I'd love to hear some of the other tips some of you other writers out there have had in getting paying jobs, especially when you're first starting out. Listen, have a great day, everyone, and make sure you subscribe.